So today in this video, I'm going to talk about the chapter one, which is introduction to a TCP/IP model. So basically, as you can see in the chapter one, there is a pre-assessment quiz in the book. So you can go through that quiz. It's all about what you already know about this chapter. And then you can go to the foundation topics. I'm going to cover the foundation topic and I'm going to start with that thing. So, foundation topics. So basically at your home, here you have your PC. This is your PC. Okay, let me change the color. This is your PC. Your PC is connected to a modem through an Ethernet cable, and your modem is connected to maybe a CATV that is gonna be with your channel in the TV and the internet at the same time, or maybe a DSL, that's a digital subscriber link. So we have another model in which we have a PC or a tablet, maybe any of the device which is connected to a modem through a wireless network, and that modem is connected to either of a CATV or DSL line. So this was the basic thing that you already know, and this was for the home networks. But what about the information technology networks? So basically, those are the same thing, but the information technology refers to the whole corporation or an enterprise. So basically, it's not like our home. There are a bunch of computers. There are like kind of 100 or 200 computers in one corporation or enterprise, and like maybe more than that. And they have to communicate with each other. So it's going to be a really big network. So that network is known as the enterprise network. So that is a difference between the home and the IT network because they have really big difference in the size. But what about if you are working from home and if you have a small business? So that is known as the SOHO network. So basically, the full form itself says that there's small office, home office network. So it's just a small business network. Okay, now let's jump into the TCP/IP networking model. So basically, I will just go with the networking model first of all. So what is networking model? Networking model is can be known as the two other names are the networking architecture or the networking blueprints. So what does this consist of? This consists of the documents which has a small functions on it. I mean, you can imagine a whole network as a folder which has a different files, and that different file does a specific work. Like some of the famous file I can say is the protocol. So basically, what is protocol? We have heard this name a lot of time, but what is that? So protocol is just a logical rules. So but in what means? Does it initiates the thing or what does it do? So protocol basically have the rules that a device has to follow to communicate with the other device. So it's kind of a law, a federal law for the computers. And some of the other, I can say the documentation is for the physical properties, like maybe for a voltage or the current level that network has, or you have to go through that current level, you have to get that pre-requirements first to communicate with this device and all that stuff. Okay, let's now jump into the network of history of the TCP/IP model. I was just going in the flow with the network, and I just read a history of the network. No, I mean that's a history of TCP/IP model. So basically, what is that? So the TCP/IP in was not in the 1970s and 1980s. There was no standard networking system, or we can say a networking model on the time. So basically, if you have a big company and you need like a bunch of equipment from different vendors, then you have to install the vendor's network to your company. So for example, like SNA, the system network architecture was a network model for IBM. And so in the 1980s and 1970s, this was the scenario. Like if you have an IBM equipment, you need the IBM network. If you have a different vendor equipment, then you have the another vendor's network, and you have to install a lot of network in that, and it is really bad. I mean, It's really complicated. I cannot say bad, but it's really complicated. Then in 1970s, International Organization for Standardization started building the OSI model, which is the Open System Interconnections. And then after, like in 1990s, DoD, Department of Defense, uh, and the other universities, they voluntarily took part in the developing an open, vendor-neutral public networking, which was known as TCP/IP model that we already know right now. So when this two came over into the market, so in 1990s, people started using this two along with all the IBM and other vendors that they got the equipment from. So they used that thing, and but after like 2000, this organization, sorry, that's ISO, International Organization of Standardization, just told that we just have to use TCP/IP model. We don't have to use other model because that was really so complex network. Like you have to use the three different networking and you have to implement the whole thing. It was like a headache for the network architecture. So from 2000, we are using TCP/IP model, and that is what we are going to learn in this chapter. So that's it for this video. Stay tuned. I will see you in the next video for the TCP/IP layers and all this stuff. So if you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much.